then I will come back and do it again. So I would do this whole side of this so that it's completely blended together where I don't see my seam at all. So we're gonna let that dry. And I'm gonna jump ahead to one that I had already created. So I created this one the same way that I did, let me show, just like I'm showing you. So here's some that I have in the works. I always have bits and pieces of other ones. So here's like the bigger size that I haven't put together yet. But I would put that, you know, once to get it together, I would put that in the bigger size to get together. But these are some that I have already done that are dry. So I'll make them and then, you know, set them aside until I decide what design I want on them or just continue to work on them. The nice thing with the metal clay is once it's dry like these are, it could stay dry indefinitely. So as long as I store it properly, and take care of it, it is in that brittle like bisque stage where it can break or crack, so I want to be careful with it. But I can come back and add elements onto this and do more design on it whenever I have more time. Or if I'm not feeling inspired, then I'll just come back to it when I am. So this one, it was already dried, but if you can tell, I have all these lines on it.
Oh yeah.
So I drew lines on this one to try to find my center points of the beads, so that that's where I want to put some of my design elements on it. So I do like drawing on the clay a lot, especially if I'm trying to center things or plan out a design. You can also carve into the clay, so you could draw a design onto it and then carve out onto the clay. So that just drawing it with a pencil kind of gives you a guide to where to carve onto it. So I'm going to make some design elements. I'll show you guys. I'm going to use kind of part of this same mandala texture that we were using earlier. But I'm going to roll out the clay 4 cards. And then we'll move on to the